Hello everyone, I'm Bra Mithra. Welcome back. It is the final fight against Handsy. Just before we begin, I just want to say, hopefully you're enjoying all of the Townsfolk Tussle. This is the third time I've played through it. Handsy I have played before, so we have now done it. If you wanted to see a specific ruffian, they are all on this channel. I've fought them all now. So, Handsy I have fought before. However, we were able to reveal Handsy prior to me doing all this. And as I had said before, I had never fought any of the ruffians yet. So as I was doing it, revealing them doesn't really make a difference. I was just revealing it because I know as you're watching it, you're going to see the thumbnail. I'm going to edit the video with the title of the name in there and everything. It's just easier rather than drawing at the end, being surprised and all that stuff. So, with that said, all the ruffians have now been fought, so that's amazing. And I'm looking forward to new ruffians. And I just want to start by saying, if you haven't heard, they're going to do another Townsfolk Tussle Kickstarter. So, in the latest update, they mentioned there'll be expansions as well as reprint. So, I'm looking forward to that. Should be amazing. I just want to get that out there for everybody who's wondering. Yes, there will be a reprint. It has now been confirmed. It's in the latest Kickstarter update for the original Townsfolk Tussle Kickstarter. There's no date or anything, but optimistically this year. So that would be great. That's great news. That's what I wanted to start with. So, let's get into it. As you can see here, I've got everything all set up. I redrew up my feats already. I just grabbed these. I don't know what they'll be. We'll draw the townsfolk, or the towns event here. So we still have Blopsy Twins will go first for buying order, but the sheriff is Norman. He's the one who had the most completed feats of metal points. I'm surprised by that, as I'm sure you were surprised by it. I was never really keeping track. Quintus was the one who was pretty much doing all the feats of metal. I was shocked when I went and looked and saw that he was not the sheriff. The reason for that is because we had the dealer card, which allowed us to discard feats of metal and then take gear instead. So that's... And then Blopsy Twins never really did much, so Norman, that's how he became it. Because I kept discarding my feats of metal for Quintus. Surprising. So now we're just going to draw up these town events. There we go. So, let's look and see what we have. So, Blopsy Twins are first. Shameless theft. We have, so, compared to the others, you get a feeling you've unprepared for the battle to come. You've got an idea. You must do one of the following. Steal up to 3 coins from other townsfolk, or steal 1 piece of non-starting gear from another townsfolk. Oh, interesting. What is this? Oh, this was a card I left on the green screen to focus the camera. So, interesting. Let's see. We must do one of these. Steal 1 piece of non-starting gear from other townsfolk. Should I take the warning whistle? So the warning whistle is the sheriff gear that's going to go to Norman. He's probably never going to do this, so if you look here, it is +1 accuracy, and then for 1 mox, you can move a hiding citizen up to... Oh, I forgot to put out the hiding citizens. So I'll put out the hiding citizens too before we start. I don't think Norman will ever do this. But then again, it's an accessory, and I'll probably never want to take off the crystal ball. So, you know what? I'll leave that for Norman. He's also got the irresistible perfume is the only other piece of non-starting gear, which would be, if you would take damage, may have an adjacent townsfolk take the damage instead. I'll probably need that since he's the sheriff. If he dies, we lose. Let's see. Aviator sunglasses, +1 movement. When you deal damage with a whip or gun, we don't have either of those. This money magnet we're going to sell. During the town phase, you may discard 2 accomplished feats of metal to receive the first card from the peddler deck worth 9 coins or less. We should probably take this dealer's card. This is what we were using with Quintus. Now, he's only got 1 feat of metal left. I didn't complete 2 last time. However, Blopsy Twins, they're not the sheriff. They have 2 to do, so I should steal this dealer's card. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to steal the dealer's card from Quintus, since he can't discard, and I'm going to take it with the Blopsy twins. So that's our shameless theft. Now, Normand is next. Traveling Salesman is next. A tall man with a curly mustache rolls towards you on an ox-drawn cart. Okay, let me read all this real quick here. So, say fellow, you look like you could use some gear. I've got the thing just for you. Let's see about that. Roll plus Mox. Reveal the top card of the Peddler deck. Roll plus Mox. So, he's got 2 Moxie. Not the best for Norman. Let's just go ahead and roll 2. That's a 9. Oops, it's a 9. Reveal the top card of the Peddler deck. You may purchase it immediately for 5 coins less. If not, put it at the bottom, okay? So let's reveal the top one immediately. Bard's Ukulele. I could purchase this for 5 coins. Deal 1 damage to an adjacent ruffian. Well, I guess I'll buy this for 5 coins because it sells for 8, so I'm making money. So we'll buy this for 5 coins. Or for 5 coins less, so I buy it for 11. Yeah, we're not buying this because I can't use it with Norman. So we're discarding Bard's Ukulele, which sucks because that would have been great to actually buy with the Blopsy twins. So that sucks. Discarding that. Traveling Salesman. Neat. Got the high roll. Didn't need it. Bottom Shelf Goods. Here we go. Bottom Shelf Goods. The peddler decides to offer a discount on her selection of refurbished goods. Okay? Keep this card in front of the townsfolk for the rest of the game. Whenever a townsfolk... Oh, didn't we have this once before or something? Keep this card in front of the townsfolk for the rest of the game. Whenever a townsfolk purchases a piece of gear from one of the bottom 2 slots of the peddler's shop, they receive a 2-coin discount, but must roll immediately. On 2 or less, the gear breaks instantly. Oh, no, we didn't have this one before. Okay. This sounds just a lot like one we did have before. So, from the bottom 2 slots, so that means I actually have to put out these things in order now. Okay, so that's everything for Quintus. Now, first we're going to do take an item worth 5 coins or less from the peddler's shop. So we're going to put these all out now. I have to remember where they go now because of the bottom 2, and I didn't put this out. So I'm going to draw 8, and then we'll put the other 2 aside. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So these 2 are the bottom shelf goods. Probably going to be buying one of those because the hand cannon is really good. So those are the bottom shelf goods. Hopefully the hand cannon doesn't break. That would be bad. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These are the 8. I accidentally put back the 8 cards. Okay, so these are the ones we can just buy whatever. So, now we can steal. That's what I was saying, right? You may take an item worth 5 coins or less from the peddler's shop. 5 coins or less. So we got Bag of Marbles, Cartographer's Map, Concert Ticket. So we've got 3 things we could steal here with Quintus. Concert Ticket. Changing gear during the fight costs 0 Mox as long as an instrument is involved. No need. We don't have any gear to change to anyway. At the start of the fight, you may place yourself adjacent to any terrain piece on the landscape. I guess... Well, we'd have to switch away from this to put back on Stolen Candy. So I don't think we even want this either. So accessory. 1 Mox. Discard Bag of Marbles. A ruffian within 3 squares has 0 movement during their next action. This is good. So Bag of Marbles. This is good. We will definitely take Bag of Marbles for free. We can actually do this because the final fight, once I set up all the civilians, Handsy runs around. So Bag of Marbles is really good for Handsy in the final fight. So we're going to go ahead and take that. We're going to equip that right away with Quintus. These other 2, now I talked about Cartographer's Map. We're not even going to bother with those because they're just not good. Let's look at some other stuff here. So we have, let's just look at helmets here. Because I saw there was one helmet. Yeah, so let's look at helmet first. We have a +1 movement, and then restore 1 HP to an adjacent townsfolk, and lower your accuracy or mox by 1. I don't think this healer's bonnet is really worth it at all. Maybe for the Blopsy twins. Restore 1 HP to adjacent townsfolk. Maybe for the Blopsy twins. We'll put that one aside, the healer's bonnet. So then we have Staff of the Law, melee, two-handed, 3 mocks, 2 damage. Whenever you accomplish a feat of metal, you deal 1 damage. I don't think that's better than the Fiery Stick. The Fiery Stick can deal automatic damage without even attacking or anything at range. So I think we're going to keep the Fiery Stick. 3 mocks is something we can't even obtain with Quintus. And we're going to use the Boasting Bullhorn. So we don't want a 3. So we're just not even going to use this. So Staff of the Law, I'm just discarding it. Leg gear, Toby the Mule, +2 movement. 2 people do not have leg gear. We'll probably buy that. Buffet tray, once per fight. Prevent all damage dealt to you and adjacent townsfolk. And then 2 mocks. Restore 1 HP to an adjacent townsfolk. That's a little bit better than the bonnet, because this is a shield. Oh wait, we're also going to do this dealer's thing. Any instruments cost us 5. I didn't see any instruments here. The hand cannon is really what we're looking for. So, the hand cannon would cost 13. So we have 10 with Quistis, but we can sell some stuff, which we will be doing. So, how much? That costs 3 mocks. I don't even know. Could we even get up to 3 mocks? I don't even think we can't even get to 3 mocks. So the hand cannon's just not worth it. It is one-handed. So the hand cannon would be definitely worth it instead of the lively headstone. So the hand cannon was probably going to be bought by the Blopsy twins. So they receive a 2-coin discount, but must roll immediately. On a 2 or less, they're going to be. So we're gonna figure out what happens here and see how much money we win. Well, first off, let's do the dealer's card. So this is during the towns phase. You may discard 2 accomplished feats of metal to receive the first card from the peddler deck worth 9 coins or less. So it's just gamble. We don't need these feats of metal, so let's just go ahead and archive 2 of them, and we're just going to be gambling. And so that one's 10. Would have been great. 13 would have been great to get. 13 again would have been great. Last card. Oh, none of those were worth 9 or less. So I have to reach into the deck here. We're just going to grab a random card. I'll grab a couple random cards here and then I'll shuffle them. So here we go. Couple random cards here. More than a couple. Let's go ahead and shuffle these up. And we're just going to grab one of these at random. 9 or less. Here we go. That one looks good. Not 9 or less. There we go. Ballet Slivers. That one's 9 or less. Okay. So we just go ahead. We gain this. +1 movement. I don't know if we're going to wear these, but they're money. Damage preventing effects on your shields. Maybe activated twice per fight, huh? Well, so the buffet tray would be nice with the airy kilt, but so that's what we got with the dealer card. So let's go ahead and we're just going to buy the hand cannon. We got 5, we've got 11. It costs 13, so we'll spend all of our money getting the 2-coin discount. And if we roll a 1 or a 2, it's broken. Here we go. Okay, 5. It's not broken. So we bought ourselves the hand cannon, which is great. Perfect. All right. Now, I don't even know. Let's look at these feats. I don't even know if there's another townsfolk consumes a consumable, non-consumable gear ability, take damage. Okay, I just want to see if any of these are towns. Personally trigger, end town phase with 1 accuracy or higher. Norman will definitely do that. If Ruffian collides with you, okay. Remove a terrain piece, touch 2 opposing board edges, and the fight is the sole survivor. That's impossible for Quintus because he's not the sheriff. So that one's just impossible. So, all right. And then Vic's Toys chest. Let's see what this is. At the start of each fight, receive the top 2 cards from the peddler deck. You may equip them immediately. You must discard them at the end of the fight. I guess that's pretty good, Vic's Toys chest. I don't know what else we'd be buying with Norman here. What else are we going to be buying? The leg gear for +2 movement. That's what else we'll be buying. So 5 and 3, that's 8. Here we go. So the leg gear is +2 movement. We're definitely buying that. Norman had no leg gear. All right, now for Quintus. What's left? There's not much left here. The cartography stuff is just not good. This leg gear... Oh, he doesn't have any leg gear either. So I guess we'll buy this leg gear. The craggy trousers. -1 movement, which is just fine for Quintus. So he's going to get +2 HP. It's going to cost him 10. It's exactly how much he has here. Too bad I couldn't refresh the shop now because, like, I'm pretty much all out of money. Or, I mean, I'm all out of stuff to buy. There's only these 3 things left. So I guess I just buy the Vic's toy chest with Norman. I guess I should also buy... So the lively headstone. We're going to use the hand cannon instead of the lively headstone. That's for sure. Lively headstone. We could just sell this. So lively headstone would sell for 6. I guess we just sell it for 6. We need 8 to get the healer's bonnet. Or would we rather buy the buffet tray? I think we'd rather buy the buffet tray. So, we'll sell this for 6. This is a ruffian gear. We'll just put that over there. So that's for 6. What else can we sell? The ballet slippers for 3. So that give us 9. We need 13. Selling the dealer's card for 1. No. Yeah, selling dealer's card for 1. That gives us 10. And the barbaric club for 4 would give us 14. And we could buy the buffet tray. And that leaves just these 2 things. So we'll buy the buffet tray. Well, the buffet tray... Should I buy the buffet tray? Maybe I should have bought the buffet tray with Quintus. Nah, I'll buy it with her. Or them. Okay. We'll put the cloth wrappings on first. And we'll keep the buffet tray to swap to for the bolting bullhorn. Actually, we can start with the bolting bullhorn. Yeah, we'll start with the bolting bullhorn not equipped. Because we're not going to be able to move before everybody else. To give them their damage right away, because they move last in beating order. So, now we just have the healer's bonnet here and Vic's toy chest. So I guess we should buy Vic's toy chest, right? I cannot even buy Vic's toy chest. This would sell for 6, and I'd have 10. It's not enough to buy Vic's toy chest. What could Quintus do? Quintus could sell stuff for 7. Not enough to buy Vic's toys chest. Well, that's okay. I don't think we need it. We'll just do these 2 things. Put these 2. We're done here with this. So, now, as I said, I have to... So, bottom shelf goods here. This can also be discarded. Alright, I have to set up the people for the final fight. So let me do that real quick. And then we'll start the fight with Handsy. There we go. Now everything's all set up. So, oh, I forgot my thing here. Cheat sheet should also be here. Okay, so Handsy, let me shuffle her deck here. So she's got all these hiding citizens that I just put on the board. So those hiding citizens, she's going to move towards them and attack them every what is it? When an action with 1,000 in its name is drawn, immediately move Handsy 8 squares towards the closest hiding citizen. If she ends her movement adjacent to one, they are killed and removed from the board. Then resolve the action as normal. And then she gains bonuses for killing the citizens. So, she starts with 14, 7 movement and 14. Now, it says she immediately moves 8 squares, so actually I don't think this marble is going to do anything. Discard the bag of marbles. A ruffian within 3 squares has 0 movement during their night. That doesn't say move, like, the 8 is part of her movement. So, that 8 is going to happen. So, bag of marbles is not as good as I thought it was going to be for this fight. That 8 is just a static thing that she's going to do. Okay, so with that said, it is Handsy's turn. Oh, and then we can forego any amount of our movement to make the town's members move, the townsfolks move. So, here we go. First card. Huh. Ripe hands. Handsy eyes your mitts. She wants them ripened with fear. The townsfolk with the lowest mocks. That's going to be Quintus. Yep, Quintus. So, move towards the target. Then, if there are 3 plus townsfolk on the board, trigger the after effect. If not, Handsy decides your hands are not quite ready for plucking a jolly day. And then, these hands, they're just right. Search the action deck for hand guillotine and play it immediately. Okay, so there's that card. There's a lot on there, so that's why I just wanted to read it. So basically, he's going to target Quintus, move there, and then he's going to get hand guillotine. So, target Quintus, move there, get hand guillotine. Because she's got 7 movement. 1, 2, 3, 4. Definitely going to reach Quintus. Hand guillotine. Now, search the deck for hand guillotine. Alright, it was on the bottom. Had I started searching from the top down, I would have been able to look at the entire deck in order. Because it doesn't say reshuffle, unless this says reshuffle. It doesn't. That's weird. You could have memorized the entire deck. So, townsfolk with the lowest mocks. Again, that's Quintus. Move towards target. If Handsy reaches them, trigger the, which they will. Okay, so this is a roll. After effect, because they've already reached them. Okay, let's roll, and we'll see what happens. 8. So a 4+. You deftly dodge Handsy's beak. Shuffle this card back into the action deck. Okay, so it does shuffle. Good. Then I'm glad it was at the bottom, because I didn't have to search long. Okay, so that was a lot to do, much to do about nothing. Okay, now, beating order. It's Quintus first. This is why I couldn't really do anything with the Blopsy twins, so I knew putting the buffet tray on them first would be good, but they weren't targeted. So, Quintus. Let's go ahead and attack with Quintus. Now, he's got a ton of movement. Actually, he's got 1 less movement. He's got 5 movement. Does he have 5 movement? No, he's got 4 movement. My bad. He was gaining movement somehow. Not anymore. So he's got 4 movements, plus 2 max HP though. So he's got a total of 5 max HP. So he's at 9 max HP, which is great. Too bad he only does 1 damage. Okay, so let's go ahead and move, or just attack with Quintus, who hits on a 2+. So, I'll have to dice there. So 2+. 5. That's going to be 1 hit, 1 wound, 2 coins. I don't even know if it's worth collecting coins. I don't think anybody's going to have anything to do with... Oh, and Town's face with... So, Mormon actually is eagle-eyed. So he's going to gain +1 accuracy for this fight. So good for you being eagle-eyed. I don't think... Well, I'll keep collecting the coins, but I don't think it's going to matter. Alright. So that's 1 damage. She's now down to 13. Now we have 4 movements. So we're going to go ahead and spend that all on moving this townsfolk. 1, 2, 3, 4. King cat here, or queen cat. So, now, Norman Fishboy, who has... Oh, Norman got himself +2 movement. So he's up to 6 movement now. So he's going to go ahead and consume Hard Liquor. You lose 2 accuracy, but your attacks deal +1 damage for the rest of the fight. So that's great for Hard Liquor. Good job, Norman. Discarding that. He's going to deal +1 accuracy for the remainder of the fight. So now his Fiery Stick deals 3. And we've got 6 movements. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now he's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares away. So +2 range for the stick. Still doesn't... it doesn't give... the Fire Stick does not gain the +2 movement for its ability. That would be great, but it doesn't do that. What was... it's -2 accuracy, right. So he's got -2... So he's still got 1 accuracy. That's fine. Still hitting on a 3+ with the Fiery Stick. That's pretty good. Next, we have the Blopsy Twins, who will... Crystal Ball. So go ahead, Crystal Ball. Bloop. And then we will lower our movement down to 3. The good thing would have been to move 4 first, but that's okay. We'll move 1, 2, 3. We'll move 4 first, like we should have. Then we'll do Crystal Ball to Mind Reader. 1,000 grabs. Don't even have to read what the card does. It goes to the bottom, because anything with 1,000 is going to the bottom. So that goes to the bottom. All right. Now, can we shoot? We have range 3. We're not within range to shoot with the hand cannon. So we'll spend 1 mox. If the next action targets a single townsfolk, it targets you instead. So that's what we'll do. And back to close observation. Handsy catches a glimpse of your beautiful tender hands. She's enamored. Farthest townsfolk. So this is targeting us. If the next action targets a single townsfolk, this is just the farthest. Targets you instead. Usable once per fight. So we've now used our siren hand, or hat, I mean. Move toward target. If Handsy reaches them, deal 1 damage. Keep this card in front of the target. If Handsy targets a single townsfolk, it targets you instead. Okay, that's fine. Good enough to me. So it's going to move to here. And now it's going to, whenever... So that's fine. So it's always going to target her instead. Then we're just going to discard. When you take damage, you may discard this. Cloth Wrappings to just reduce it. So we're discarding the Cloth Wrappings to reduce the damage by 1, to take nothing from this, and we'll keep this card in front of us. So, that's the turn. Now, we will go back to Quintus, who needs to move... One, two, 3 by himself. So he's moving 3. Let's just see if we can trigger the ruffian thing. So on a 2+, that's a critical. 8 critical. Brilliant Blow. Your attack deals +1 damage. So it's going to do 2 damage, and he's going to get 2 coins. But either way, 2 damage. That's going to trigger a break. Yeah. Infectious Spittle. Handsy begins to drool when she sees your delectable digits. Townsfolk with the lowest mox. Again, that's going to target Quintus, but it's going to target the Blopsy Twins instead. Move towards the target, then trigger the after effect. Careful now. Handsy's drool burns to the touch. Keep this in front of the target. Whenever Handsy ends an action adjacent to you, put a counter on this card. Her corrosive slobber coats you. Once there are 5 counters on this card, the pain from Handsy's toxic drool becomes unbearable. You are instantly knocked out. Okay. You're going to have a lot of cards in front of you, so Infectious Spittle, there you go. It doesn't do any damage, so that's fine. That was the break. Now we do Norman. But this thing moved right into range for Norman, so it's a 3+. I didn't even get a chance to switch to the bolstering bullhorn. I would wanted to have Norman do 4 damage, but whatever. So 2 mucks, spending that to do on a 3+, we do 2 damage. Or no, 3 damage, because I drank the whiskey. So 7, that's going to do 3 damage. 1, 2, 3, brings Handsy down to 8. Now we have 6 movement left to spend, so let's go ahead and do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Seems good enough to me. Because I want him to keep coming this way. That's the plan. That's where everybody is. So I don't want him to go over this way. So as long as these are 8 away, the closest will always be somewhere over here. So now, it is the Blopsy twins. So the hand cannon has a -1 accuracy, but we're not worried about it. We're going to do our crystal ball. Going to lower our movement by 1. Brings us down to 2 movement. We're going to look at the next card. 1,000 slaps instantly goes to the bottom. Not too worried about it. As long as it says 1,000, it goes to the bottom. All right, now we discard 2 of these cards. And then remove, or then should we move? I guess we'll move. We have 2 movements. So 1, 2, we'll move to here. This has range 3, so we're still within range. Your next attack this turn automatically hits. So we'll see if it's a critical. I should roll still, I guess. See if it's a critical. But it automatically hits regardless of accuracy. Or regardless of accuracy roll. So even if it's a 1, it's an automatic hit. If it's a 10, I guess it's a crit. It's not. So it automatically hits. She does 3 damage with the hand cannon. 1, 2, 3. Handsy's down to 5. This triggers another break. Handsy's nest. Handsy retreats to the safety of her nest. Target, dense wood. Okay. Attempt to move completely into the target. Restore 1 HP. Trigger the after effect. So it's going to move completely into the target. She's got 7 movement. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that's fine. Restore 1 HP, so she goes up to 6. Okay. The dense wood gains the following interaction. You find Handsy's nest and start wreaking havoc. Handsy flips over in a panic. Place her adjacent to you. Activate Handsy's weakness and remove this card from the game. I mean, I don't really need to... She doesn't disappear. She's just in there. I mean, I can still attack her. So she's just in there. That's fine. So that was her break. She went in there and restored 1 HP. Big deal. That was the Blopsy twins. Now it is actually her turn again anyway. Okay. Fade into lore. Handsy nearly disappears in the underbrush. Where did she go? Was she really here? Target, none. Attempt to move completely into the dense woods, okay? You can just barely make out... if there are 3+ townsfolk up trigger the after effect. You look away for a split second and Handsy is nowhere to be found. Remove Handsy from the board. Okay, so this one does. At the beginning of her next action, return her to the board adjacent to a random townsfolk. They take 1 damage. Okay. So she's removed from the board. We're going to bring her out of the dense woods now. So, okay. Quintus, who has 4 movement, will just go up here so we can get away from the woods. 1, 2, 3, 4. And what is it? It's going to appear where? Fade into lore. Beginning of the next action, return to the hunt board adjacent to a random townsfolk, and they take 1 damage. Alright, no big deal. So Quintus will just move over there. Actually, where was Quintus? 1, 2, 3. He was here. We'll just go 1, 2, 3, 4. So maybe we can get everybody right next to each other. What do we have? Blopsy twins have 2 movements. Or I'll do them in order. 6 movement for Norman. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Blopsy twins have 2. 1, 2. Or 1, 2. Okay, there we go. Now, wherever she's going to appear, it'll be within two townsfolk at least. Oh, and of course we're going to Crystal Ball and yank apart. That can stay at the top because it's not 1,000 something. Okay. Appearing back to and random townsfolk. So Quintus is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 4, 5, 6 was so. She appears adjacent. Oh no! She's going to appear adjacent to the twins now. Now it's the start of her action here. Right? At the beginning of her next action. So that's right now. So let me read this other thing. Whenever Handsy ends their action, okay, so I don't need to add a target for Spittle. And let me read the Bee's Nest. If a townsfolk or ruffian starts their turn adjacent. So, Handsy might start their next turn adjacent to that Bee's Nest and take 1. Let's see what she does. If she doesn't move here, that will definitely happen. Closest townsfolk. It's going to target the Blopsy. Oh, the Blopsy twins took 1 damage. That's fine. They'll take it. They're down to 4. Move towards the target. They're already there. If Hansy's reaches them, trigger the active effect. You feel your body getting stretched to the limits. Target rolls plus mocks. Okay? How much mocks? We have 4 mocks. 7. Okay? Your legs are left looking like a sad pile of spaghetti by the time Handsy lets go. Blopsy twins don't have legs, so can I just not do this? Take 1 damage and lose 1 movement. Okay, well I'm going to do the buffet tray. Once per fight, prevent all damage dealt to you or an adjacent ruffian from ruffian action. So they're preventing all this. That's our first expenditure of buffet tray. We get to do it twice because of Airy Kilt, which is damage preventing effects from your shields may be activated twice. And we lose 1 movement. Oh no, we only have 1 movement. That's what we were lowering anyway. Okay, so let's go ahead and do Bag of Marbles. Discard Bag of Marbles. Ruffian within 3 squares. Okay, I need to get within 3 squares. So 1, 2, 3. Now they're within 3 squares. So it's going to do Bag of Marbles here with Quintus for 1 mox. Discard Bag of Marbles. Ruffian within 3 squares has 0 movement during their next action. So they're not going to move away from the beehive nest. So we discarded that. I think we actually do. Where's this? If a ruffian collides with you, no. Personally trigger ruffian breakpoint. We're probably going to do that with Norman right now. If another townsfolk consumes a consumable, is that Bag of Marbles? No. Activate a non-consumable gear ability. They did not. Oh, yeah, they did do this. This is for Blopsy twins. I just realized this. They get +1 accuracy because I did activate Crystal Ball. So they get +1 accuracy. Take damage from ruffian's action with the target's none or target's multiple. Okay, we have not done that. And the fight. Okay, so Quintus has no chance at ending the fight as sole survivor. Okay, so now this thing has 0 movement during its next action. So now we attack with Fiery Stick, which is going to be on a 3+ Fiery Stick for Norman. Here we go. 2 mocks. Fiery Stick, 3+. It's 5. That's going to do 3 damage. So he's personally going to trigger a ruffian breaking point. He just archived this, so it's going to take another damage. This is actually going to do 4 damage. So she goes from 6, 1, 2, 3. That triggers the break. Then the Feet of Metal deals another damage, so she's down to 2. Now we trigger the break. Ha! Knocking Noggin. Townsfolk with the lowest mocks. Doesn't matter. It's going to target... Oh, wait. She ended her action next to Blopsy twins, so they get another Infectious Spittle. Townsfolk with the lowest mocks. Doesn't matter. It's always targeting, right? Close observation. Handsy targets a single townsfolk. Yep, this is it. Targets you instead, regardless of anything. Okay? Move towards target. Handsy reaches them. Trigger the active effect. They will. Target takes 1 damage and unequips their headgear. If they do not have headgear... Okay, well, they can take 1 damage and unequip their headgear. No, we definitely don't want to unequip our headgear. So, because that will actually take 2 damage because we'll be going down 1 max HP. So, we're just going to use Buffet Tray again to negate all this damage. Oh, I guess it's going to unequip it anyway, because I'm only negating the damage. Okay, fair enough. So this gets unequipped it anyway. If they did not have a headgear equipped, so we don't need to lose our 1 accuracy, but we don't take any damage. We unequip the headgear. I think this is pretty much over anyway. So we're going to do the crystal ball. Going to go ahead. I mean, the fight's over. So we're crystal balling, getting their second token. Looking at this, 1,000 something. It goes to the bottom of the deck. Wasn't the bottom of the deck, but whatever. That gives us 2 orbs here, or 2 tokens on crystal ball. We're going to go ahead and spend that and shoot with the hand cannon. 6, regardless of accuracy, we hit, and we deal 3 damage, which is enough to kill Handsy. There we go. That seemed like unfair to Handsy, because the Blopsy twins just kept putting all 1,000 hand things down to the bottom of the deck. Poor Handsy. Yeah, that was just, I demolished her, pretty much. Okay. So, with that, I can't do any of the special things. This required Yancey. I can't do that. I don't have Yancey. So, that's the end of this time through Townsfolk Tussle. I'll probably be playing it again. I don't know when. Not for a while. But there we go. Complete. Handsy, I feel bad for her. Really bad for her, because I felt like we really manipulated her AI deck to the point of she just not being able to do anything. I mean, I was able to put her back into a spot. She was going to take damage from the bee's nest. Actually, she took damage from the bee's nest when I triggered that break, because she started her turn next to it. She couldn't move because I gave her. She would have taken 2 damage from the bee's nest anyway. It was not looking good for her. So, thank you so much for watching. Remember, Townsfolk Tussle returns to Kickstarter. Maybe quarter 3, quarter 4 this year. That's very ambitious. I believe that they will definitely be reaching their goal of this year. I honestly believe that. Looking forward to those expansions. I'll see you the next Townsfolk Tussle videos.